Good morning, everyone, and once again, welcome to an online course on Python programming. So, this is your lecture number 3. In this video, we will cover the following learning objectives: identifiers and keywords, and data types. Now, what are identifiers? As its name indicates, identifier means you use any name to identify the data item or variable. So the name given to identify variable, it is called as identifiers or just plain names. So there are some rules for identifiers or variable names. So first rule is the variable name must start with a letter or the underscore character. Second rule, a variable name cannot start with a number. So you cannot give a variable name such as 9. Okay, so you cannot start it with number. In between the letters, you can use the numbers, but you cannot start the variable name with a number. A variable name can only contain alpha numeric characters and underscore, that is A to Z. Again, this language is case sensitive, so small a will be different than capital A. So similarly, if you write age in small letters and if you make the A capital, so it will be treated as two different words. Or if you write entirely age in capital, so again it will be a third variable. So all the three will be different. And the last and very important thing, the variables cannot have the same names like your keywords. Now what are keywords? Now there are around 33 keywords defined by the compiler or by the Python. So you only need to remember this 33 keywords, and always remember that you will not use the variable name from this list. What are these 33 keywords? So it is and, continue, except, global, lambda, pass, while, as, diff. So all the keywords you will find in Python which cannot be used as an identifier. Now what these keywords indicate? We will be seeing each and every keyword while we use in this program. Okay. So for example, and keyword, its description is it is a logical operator. Whenever you want to combine two conditions in if statement, this and can be used. Similarly, if you take an example of as, so it is to create an alias. It means it is to create an alternative name. For example, again it is if you take an example of diff, so it is used to define the function. Again, elif, it is nothing but else if in other programming languages. Again, else used in the conditional statements and so on. Similarly, for Boolean variables, the values it takes is false and true. So again, you cannot use these keywords as variable names. Again, this is the list. We will take each and every keyword while doing the program. So our discussion is regarding the data types in Python. You must know all these data types in Python. If you are doing a decision science or machine learning project, it is the need to understand the each and every type of variable. For example, if you consider the category of text, so there is a there is a data type which is called as str, which represents the string. If you take a category of numeric types, so that is there is the three data types related to numeric type. So which are these? It is int, float, and complex. If you remember the case of C language or C++ language, there is an additional for string. So that is char. You can accept only that accepts the only single character. But in this case, it is string. So this str will also accept a single character. Now, you have already known integer, float, and complex numbers. Then in sequence category, you have list, tuple, and range. Again, in mapping type, you have dict stands for dictionary. Again, in set types, you have sets, frozen sets. In Boolean, you have the data type as bool. That is whether the statement is executed to true or false. So Boolean will have only two values, true and false. Similarly, the other types of variables. Now, if you want to obtain the data type of each declared variable, so there is a function which is called as type. So if you want to know the type of variable, so there is a function that is type. You can write the value of the type of variable you want in this print function. Now let us understand step by step the first two data types, that is integer and float. Now in other programming languages like let's take an example of C language or C++ language, there is some definite limit to the size of integer. Okay, and if that limit is exceeded, you have to use a long keyword to represent the integer with large size. But in this case, in the case of Python, the size of an integer is limited only by the machine's memory. So integers can take hundreds of digits. It can be hundreds of digits long and it can be easily created. So if you go on integer side or float side, if you want to add two numbers, so there is, you can directly write x plus y. Again, if you want to subtract y from x, then you can write x minus y. These are the various operations that you can perform on the integers or float values. Similarly, if you want to multiply x by y, you have to simply write x times y. If you want to divide x by y, then x slash y. And you will use x double slash y. What it does, it divides x by y, truncates any fractional part, and so it will always produces an integer result. Okay, again these are the various syntaxes. If you want to multiply x raised to y, so x double star y you can do. It is similar to your power function pow. Again, if you want to change the sign of variable, that is minus x, plus x as such does nothing, then absolute returns the absolute value of x, whether it is positive or negative. It will always give you the positive value of x. So there are similar to that, there are multiple functions, okay, that can perform operations on integer variables. Now the second is complex. Now the complex variables basically consists of two parts. One is called as a real part and another is called as imaginary part. So how in Python programming this complex numbers can be represented like 3.5 is the real part plus 2j is the imaginary part. Okay, always remember that this 2j, so j is important and you cannot use any other variable than j in Python. Okay, if you observe the second example, it is only written that 0.5j. So this means that the real part may not be necessary always if it is 0. Okay, if the real part is 0, you can skip that part and you can only write 0.5j. But in the third example, the imaginary part is 0. Okay, but you cannot skip that 0j. So if you write simply 4, so it will be treated as an integer and not a complex number. Okay. So this is very, very important. The J should be present over there always if you want to declare that variable as complex. Okay. So writing J is compulsory. This is the complex number, and also you can perform various operations on the complex number. There is addition of a complex number, subtraction of one complex number from other, and so on. Now, very, very important part is the strings. Strings are represented by the str data type, which holds a sequence of Unicode characters. Now, single line strings can be enclosed within single quotes or double quotes. Suppose you want to write hello world. So you have written the code text is equal to, in double quotes you have written hello world. So this is also perfectly fine. Or you can also write text is equal to, in single quote you have written hello world. So both the options are there. You can use single quote as well as double quote. Now suppose you want to assign the text variable with multi-line strings. Means hello all is in one line, welcome is in second line, and to Python programming is in the third line. So these are called as multi-line strings. So if you enclose this multi-line string in a single quote or double quote, it will give you an error. So how to deal with such situations? You have to use 3 single quotes or 3 double quotes to open the multi-line string, and at the end you have to give 3 single quotes or 3 double quotes. If you have used 3 single quotes in the starting, you have to use 3 single quotes at the end. If you have used 3 double quotes at the start, you have to use 3 double quotes at the end. Okay. So remember this. In the above example, this example is related to 3 double quotes, and the below example refers to 3 single quotes at the start as well as at the end. Now there are some practical difficulties you may face while writing the strings. So what are such difficulties? Let us understand this. Suppose you want to assign the text variable the value that is welcome to my channel, comma, untwisted learning. So you can easily enclose this string in a single quote or double quote. So I have executed this over here. So text is equal to, in single quote, welcome to my channel, untwisted learning. Then I am printing the value of text. It has printed welcome to my channel, untwisted learning. So it is very smooth and running very great. But suppose in the case where you want to highlight this untwisted learning, that is the channel name, with the single quote. Are you getting my point? That you want to highlight the untwisted learning in a single quote. So I have represented this case in this the bottom picture. Okay. So text is equal to, if you can see, if you can identify the difference with the color. In the first case, the color of text was black. Okay. Then the string color was maroon or red. Okay. Means the the display of this string is with the help of maroon color. Okay. Now in the bottom figure, the text is equal to, again in black color, is equal to, you can see welcome to my channel is in maroon color. Maroon color indicates the string, actual string. Then again the color is changed. Again the untwisted learning is in black color. Earlier it was in maroon color. So what is this indicates? So you cannot directly highlight this untwisted learning using single quote. Okay, because what is basically it is doing, you are assigning text is equal to single quote. So this is the start of the string. Then welcome to my channel, comma. Again there is one single quote. So that is the end of string. So whatever you write after the end of string, that will be treated as a variable. Untwisted learning will work as a variable name. And again you are starting with single quote. So again this is the start of new string. Again you are ending it with a single quote. So whatever you write in this last single quotes, again it will be displayed as maroon. Okay. So to avoid this, what can be done? So there is one simple solution to this. In such scenarios, when you want to highlight a particular set of words, so in that case, you have to use three single quotes, and uh, then you have to start with three single quotes, and then you have to end with three single quotes, so that it will behave like a multi-line string. So you can write anything inside these three single quotes. So it will be highlighted like your normal text, whatever you want. So in the same, this is displayed over here. I have enclosed the string welcome to my channel Untwisted Learning in the three single quotes, and I am printing the value of text. What am I getting? I am getting welcome to my channel, and inside this single quotes Untwisted Learning. Now this is how exactly I want to print my string. Okay, is it understood? I hope it is understood. If you have any queries regarding this, you can ask in the comment box. Similar, in the case you have used three single quotes, you can also use three double quotes in this case. So there will be no problem at all. Now in string handling, there are certain escape characters. So what are these escape characters? If you want to have a new line, you can write /n inside the double quotes or three single quotes just to get the line of codes in the next line. If you want carriage return, then /r, \r. If you want a tab between two words, you can write /t. If you want a single quote, then you can write \single quote. Okay, so there are multiple escape characters. We are basically having a demo of this now in Jupyter. I have just displayed, for example, suppose I want to have this string, that is I have assigned the text variable in with the string like good morning one and all, welcome to my channel Untwisted Learning. So if you can observe, before welcome word I have written /n escape character. So that basically means whatever you write after \n, it will be displayed on the next slide or next line. Okay, so I have printed the text. So how it is displayed? Good morning, one and all, full stop. Then it is the forward string it is displaying in the next line. Welcome to my channel, Untwisted Learning. Now in this case, I have highlighted the string with double quotes, and I have enclosed entire string in three single quotes. Okay, so now it is correctly highlighting my Untwisted Learning in double quotes. So you can highlight the string with single quote as well as double quotes. So we will just see the demo of this in the Python. So let us see, I am assigning this text is equal to in single quote, suppose welcome all, and I want to highlight channel name like untwisted learning. Okay, so you can observe the color. Welcome all is in maroon color, then it is changed to black, then it is single quotes. Okay, if you execute this statement, let us see what happens. Print text. See, it is showing you an error with this up arrow. So means your error is somewhere here. So you have started the string and you have ended the string. Then after this end single quote, the compiler will not identify what it is. So for that, what change you have to do? You have to enclose this in 3 single quotes, and you have to end with 3 single quotes. Okay, and now I am running the code. Now it is perfectly displaying welcome all untwisted learning. Okay, let us see that /n, that is escape character \n. Now I have added \n over here. Now let us run this. Now you can observe welcome all is there in one line, untwisted learning is displayed in the second line. So this is how the escape character works. I hope you like this video. If you have any queries in the regarding this, you can ask in the comment box. I will try to answer all your queries, and I hope you are liking the channel. So the other data types we will cover in our next video. Till that time, happy learning.